Are you suffering in silence? If you are, I want you to know you are not alone. And sadly, it is all too common to suffer in silence. And why? Because we don't give ourselves permission to tell our story. And therein lies a problem. And that is that a part of who you are remains in the past, whilst the other part focuses on surviving and moving on with life. And the result, you don't feel whole. This was once me. I was always feeling like something was missing, that I was broken somehow, that I was just never good enough. And looking back, the best part of my 20s and my 30s, I can see that I was living mostly in a state of light depression. I was functional. I went to work every day. I even played in a netball team and I socialized at weekends with my friends. Outwardly, I seemed perfectly fine. Yet inwardly, it was a different story. It was not so fine. Life, yeah, it felt hard. I felt stuck, lost, confused. It was like my unhealed past clung to me, like leeches feeding off my life force, which would have me feeling kind of heavy and just emotionally drained. It was my best kept secret. My friends, my family, even co-workers, they were none the wiser. I mean, yeah, probably they were witness to an array of emotions over the years, but still, they didn't know what was going on up here. The longer you remain suffering in silence, not telling your story, and I don't mean necessarily telling your story to someone. More importantly, I'm saying telling your story to yourself. You know, with each and every passing day that you put off not telling your story, by not doing the inner work, the harder life will feel. And the longer you will just keep suffering instead of thriving, because that's what you deserve. Living for a long period of time with unhealed series of events from your past, it casts a shadow over your true identity. It masks your truth. And over time, it begins to get more challenging to actually discern between your true identity and your false identity. You see, with time comes familiarity. And so often, it may feel like you are managing and dealing with your past. But in truth, when you are truly honest with yourself, you have either chosen to just bury it, push it away, or you never actually left the past and have become a victim to it. Past unhealed wounds can't stay buried. They will always come to the surface like weeds in your garden. They continue to grow even if you don't want them there. If there is a root, it will grow. It's just a matter of time. And let me tell you this, the root itself is not rotten. It's the perception that you have of the weed which grows that is not healthy. Every time I encounter new things, challenges, or triggers, I now am acutely aware of the possibility that a past wound can resurface. I see the opportunity that is being given to me now to grow more into my truth. But I didn't always see it like this. There was a time when, if a past wound would surface, I saw it as a reminder that I was not good enough, that I was not good at dealing with my past. And it was unsettling, scary even at times, because I didn't know what more wanted to surface. I would think to myself, oh, how deep does this go? I'm not strong enough to go deep. I can't change. And so I continued to push away and ignore this uncomfortable feeling. I would distract myself, however and in whatever means necessary, so long as I didn't have to go there. But the more I suppressed, the more tired I grew, both emotionally and mentally, until eventually I hit my rock bottom. A rock bottom that was actually my best rock bottom, because it propelled me into taking action and to do whatever I needed to do, to see myself, to hear myself, to feel myself, to accept and love me.